What's going on, guys? The real Dilo here, and we are back filming another e-bike video. Today's video is the Ride1 Up Vorsa. Ride1 Up Vorsa. That's what we're working with. In the past, you saw my previous video, which was on my wife's Ride1 Up Portola, which is this bike here. It's been a good bike for her. And you've also possibly seen my previous e-bike video on my electric XP 3.0. My wife likes her Portola. She thinks it's a nice bike. It feels pretty steady for her and safe and secure and stable. So she likes this bike. I like my electric XP 3.0. However, I don't like the front shock. 40 millimeters of travel, I believe, is what it is, and it's just not enough. Also, for me, the reach is it's pretty far. I like a really upright riding position, but it's still a pretty far reach, and I don't have the longest arms in the world. But the rest of the bike is pretty cool. Both of these bikes had 20-inch tires, but today we're specifically focusing on the Vorsa. I've always been keeping my eye out for a new e-bike that gave me a little more and offered me kind of all the things I want in a bike. A powerful motor, check. It's a little more powerful than electric, a little more powerful than the Portola. So check. This has 95 Newton meters of torque, where I believe this is 65 and this is 70. You can fact check me on that, and I might be wrong. I'm somewhere in the right ballpark. But this bad boy, I think, has 95, which is wild. This thing is a beefy motor. So I want a little more power. Number two, that front suspension. This one had like 40, I believe, and that has 50 or 60. Her suspension is pretty good. This is not very good, but this has 100. This front fork is awesome. It works really well. Really absorbs the bumps around here. Third item, I wanted a better shifter. This has your Shimano 7-speed, really basic. The tourney, it's a tourney 7-speed. Yeah, tourney 7-speed. Well, the Portola comes with an Altus 8-speed can't think of the word, throttle. What is this called? You guys tell me what this is called. It's called like a paddle shifter or whatever. And this has the 8-speed Acera, which is, it goes, the bottom is tourney, then I believe it goes Altus, and then it goes, hold on. I think it goes tourney, Altus, Acera. I think that's the order. So you kind of have like 3 different shifters. These two being the better, electric being the most budget. This bike also has the most important thing, the Intuidrive technology torque sensor. This thing has a torque sensor, and I will tell you what, I've never ridden a bike that feels better with a rear hub motor than this Ride1 Up. This is the smoothest e-bike I have ever ridden in my entire life. I love the torque sensor on this. It feels natural. I can't tell if I'm pedaling or if it's pedaling, which is a good thing, and you can control it. Also, their display, oh my God, guys, this display is fantastic. I'm charging. Let me unplug it. Come on, there we go. So when you log it in, you'll see the Ride1 Up. This display is fantastic. You can go into the settings, and it's a little blurry. There we go. Hopefully this shows for you guys. You can go into the settings, and you can go into torque ratio and go inside, and you can customize each individual setting. See if I can zoom in. Not sure if that's zoom in very good. But there's Eco, Tour, Sport, Turbo, and Boost, and you can customize each individual setting to tell it how much torque you want per setting on your torque ratio. Also, you can do your amperage output in your cadence sensor, and you can control it. I've actually dropped my number 1 Eco because I want it to be a little, save a little power. Then on the second, you can go into advanced settings. You can change it to ride mode, class 1, class 2, class 3 off-road, which is awesome. And if you go into advanced setting, you can simply switch the sensor mode between cadence and torque. I was on cadence because I was testing stuff, but I like riding on torque. It feels so awesome and smooth, and you can either let it go or you can exit out like that. If I wait 5 seconds, it'll exit itself. But the customization of this screen is awesome, and it's small, but it's really everything you need. I really enjoy their little display. It's color. It's a little color LCD. It's pretty awesome. Come on, there he goes. It shows your motor over here and the torque, and it shows if your light's on or off. It has the time, shows your battery percentage. Hopefully you guys can see that, because on my little screen it doesn't look super clear. I locked it to a class 3, obviously. I'm going to be in T for torque. Anyways, I'm going to power this off and plug it back in real quick. You simply plug it in this little guy here. There you go. And then you watch for the little red light. There you go. It's charging. So the Ride1 Up Vorsa, awesome. When I got it, came in this box, was able to unpack it and put it together fairly easily. I had one little hiccup. I'm not sure if you can see this, but this was stripped, and the fender was this little screw that's holding it together. Can you see it? I'm not sure if you can see it in there, but this screw, this was loose. So we had to actually take off the whole entire back wheel, take off the screw, reseat this screw, tighten it up to fix it. Now it's good. Number 2, I had a scratch. Let me see if I can get to the side. I had a scratch on shipping right here. This is not from me. This is how it came. I barely have done anything on this bike. You can see it's like something was rubbing in the box. So I'm not sure if that was just a one-off or if other people will experience this. So I contacted Ride1 Up and I asked them, what can you do about that? They offered me in 2 weeks, when they get the paint in, they're going to send me paint so I can touch that up. And to me, that's satisfactory. And for the damage and the paint combined, just the unfortunate kind of, shipping experience, they offered me a $50 credit to their store, and I actually purchased their phone holder off their store. This one here, I do not like. I'm actually going to send it back. I'm trying it, but it's a little loose when it's in, so I don't like this phone holder. I added a mirror so I could see. Unfortunately, with the screen here, usually I'd want my mirror here, or I'd put it at the end through here. In both of those cases, this doesn't work. So I'm using this guy. Seems to be okay. And they included a little bell, which I like. So the bike's awesome. These are Schwabi, or I've heard people pronounce this Schwabel, or is it Schwabel or Schwabi? I thought it was Schwabi, to be honest with you. So I'm going to call them Schwabi tires, kind of like the word Schwabel. They are 27.5 by 2.6. And they're name brand tires, and they've got a good mix of grip and still decent on the road. They're thin enough where they're nimble, so you can ride kind of anywhere. This obviously isn't an off-road bike by any stretch of the imagination, but you can go on dirt, no problem. And you can go on some wider trails, and you're not going to really have any issues. What else do we got? Obviously, you have hydraulic disc brakes, 180 millimeter rotor in the front. And then on the rear, they put a big old whopping, I think this is a 203, which is a big, nice rear rotor. So that's awesome, 203. So, when you're heavy and you're going downhill, you can stop easily and doesn't build up as much heat. It dissipates the heat over the entirety of the rotor. So honestly, I'm a big fan of this bike, and I'm going to take it for a ride and then talk about it a little more. All right, I've stopped on the other side of the bridge, like I said. Beautiful day here, Northern California. That's what we call Keswick Dam, right around the corner. Nice 75-degree sunny day. Anyways, I forgot to mention the neck. The neck has a fully 90-degree adjustable neck stem right here. You can see I'm about 30 degrees right here, and you can go further up. I felt like this was nice, comfortable. The bars are slightly turned back on the edges. It's not a straight bar, as you can see. It's much more comfortable than a lot of the straight ones that you have. So the neck I didn't mention. This light is pretty awesome. It's actually pretty bright. Oh, look, I still have the plastic on it, so I'll take it off when I get home. So that was kind of cool. And I forgot to mention, these brakes I think are called Star Union, which is it is a brand. They're branded. Well, I thought they were. I thought I remember reading they were called Star Union brakes. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see it saying Star Union anywhere. So I suppose these are unbranded. I thought they were Star Union brakes. Either way, honestly, stopping power is completely fine. I'm a big fan. I think they stop just fine. Yeah, I don't see the name anywhere. Oh well. So I wanted to point that out. I put the suspension seat posts on, and I'm trying different seats. So I'm trying this bigger one here. I tend to ride upright a lot, and so since you need your butt sitting on the pads, you know, and then of course room for some airflow and whatnot. I do tend to sit a little forward, like here, you know, but I wanted kind of a wider seat. The narrow ones are great when you're riding, like, and you're being more aggressive, but when you're kind of chilling, and like I said, I like to ride pretty upright. I like a wider seat. So I'm testing this out. It's from Amazon. I don't know, it was like $30 or something. It's okay. So far, so good. I might return it. I'm not sure. I'm going to just give it one ride and see how I feel, clean it up. These are lockout too, the front suspension. Pedals went on really easy and nice. So that was good. And I think that's about it. Oh, I didn't put the rack on. There's a rack that comes with here. Here's the 4 mounting points. And it sits on it. And this is supposed to hold like 150 pounds. And you can also put a seat here. And it's got a spot for, I suppose, maybe a water bottle holder on one of the sides. And if I recall, I thought you could mount a front rack. Maybe these 4 hold a front rack. I forgot what it said, but I think they do. So that's just the kind of general walk around on it. This is called Sage. I thought it was actually more white, but when I got it, I ended up liking it, so I'm cool with it. But I thought I was getting a little more of an off-white bike, but this is a Sage, which is a slightly green tint, and I do like it. So I grabbed this mirror from Amazon. Seems to be working fine. Like I said, this phone holder I grabbed from Amazon, I don't like it very much. It kind of has a rattle. Like, it doesn't sit as snug as I want, so probably going to return that. Said the bell came with it. The bell works really good. So big fan of this bike, guys. I'll be honest with you. I love this bike. This thing's awesome. The torque sensor is great. You actually can get a workout while also riding an e-bike. So I'm a big fan, and I'm looking forward to putting many more miles on the bike. Currently I'm at, like, let's see where I'm at. Currently I'm at 32.4 miles I put on this bike already. I've had it for a few days. I got it Wednesday. Today's Saturday. So shipping, also, people keep asking about shipping. I ordered this bike on a Saturday night. On Sunday, we chilled, whatever. Monday, it said it shipped. I got it on Wednesday. I'm in Northern California, and this shipped from Salt Lake City, Utah. I think that this bike is good for most people, and I think that I would prefer this over a dedicated mountain bike or a dedicated, like, electric, or a road bike. This kind of is a jack of all trades, in my opinion, and I really like that. I actually go down a dirt road to get here, and you know, it's got some gravel and whatnot, and it's nothing crazy, but this bike handles it really well, and I'm kind of hitting the little side trails, like, you know, like trails like that, like, you know, you can come down here and go down. Not that one, because obviously there's a giant rock there, but trails like that, where it's like a gravel short path. This thing just smashes it, no problem. Actually, this is called the FB trail right here. I did that on my Avington, but my Avington was really, really heavy. I'm going to take this down that trail next, and see how it does. Not right now, but probably tomorrow, the next day. But I'll tell you what, guys, Ride1 Up, you guys nailed it. I love my Ride1 Up Vorsa. I'm looking forward to putting many more miles on it. The torque sensor is awesome. It's smooth. The cadence sensor, switchable to a cadence sensor, is really, really neat, because if you don't want to work out, you can flip it to cadence. So it's kind of a best of both worlds. Still maintains your upright riding position, so you can be super comfy. You can kind of use this as a commuter. Maybe you would swap out your tire for something with a little less knob if you're going to be on it, but these do pretty well on the concrete. So I'm happy, especially when you get name branded stuff like the tires. So it's awesome. I'm a big fan, and I'm looking forward to riding more. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you found anything of this useful, leave a like. That would be cool. Whatever. I'm not a pro. This is not sponsored. I'm just doing this because I like bikes. If I mess something up, feel free to comment politely and tell me, hey, it's this, or like the brakes are Star Union, or they're unbranded, or whatever. I can pull the data spec sheet out next time and maybe do some riding footage and whatnot, but that's what I got for you. So cool, guys. Peace out. Remember, be kind to everybody. You never know what anyone's going through, and have a great day.